Okay, welcome everybody. Today, or during your recitation on Friday, you guys are going to be working on the next Excel project. And this next Excel project is very similar to the mesh pairs design that we did in class on Thursday, which was comparing the heights of sons and the heights of their fathers. Right, and so I want to show you, first of all, this is a different data set than what you're going to be doing your project on. This is some marathon data, and this is the split times. So the first number you see there is the number of minutes that it took somebody to finish the first half of the race. And then the second number that you see there is how long it took for them to finish the second half of the race. Right, and what I want to know is there a difference? Is there a significant difference between the two? Okay, so if we think about that, we're going to be doing a hypothesis test on this one. And we want to know, is there a significant difference between the time to finish the first half of the race and the time to finish the second half of the race? So this is going to be a matched pairs design. And so let me take you to the document camera. I guess I don't have it turned on. So what we want to do then is set up our null hypothesis. And the null hypothesis is that the times are going to be the same for the first half and the second half. So let's say the mean difference is equal to 0. And then the alternative hypothesis is that the mean difference is not equal to 0. We just want to know, is there a difference between their split times? Okay, so if we go back here to the spreadsheet, the very first thing that you guys need to do when you get into Excel is you need to have the data analysis package loaded on your computer, right? And so if you go up to the menu bar and you choose the Tools menu, now I have a Mac, and so on a Windows machine it's going to look slightly different, but there's going to be something that says like Excel add-ins or something like that, okay? And you may already have this turned on, I don't know for sure. Okay, so let's go to Excel add-ins. And the thing that we need is the analysis tool pack. Okay, so if that's not highlighted, make sure that you click on the box so that it's checked and then hit OK. Okay, so this is a little extra thing that Excel needs in order to do some statistical analysis. Okay, so once we get that set up, doing the test here is actually really pretty slick on the computer. All right, so I'm going to go up to Data, and I'm not going to go all the way up to the top menu bar. I'm just going to go to this intermediate menu bar and select Data. And then you should see over here on the right-hand side that there's Data Analysis. All right, and I want to pick that one. All right, now the kind of test that we're doing here is a t-test, and it's a paired two-sample for means. Okay, so actually this is two different kinds of t-tests in here, but we're going to be doing the paired samples. All right, so select that one and then hit OK. And then it's going to ask you for what is your first variable. So the first variable is going to be the first half of the race. So just paint those numbers. And then the second half of the race. Okay, and then this is asking for the hypothesized mean difference, and if we go back to here, that hypothesized difference is 0 in this case. Okay, and then we'll set the alpha level to be 0.05, and then we want to put the output somewhere. All right, so to put the output somewhere, I'm going to click in this box and just say, let's put the output just right here. Okay, so now when I hit OK, it's going to give me a bunch of information here, right? And if you take this and maybe I need to highlight all three of these and then make these bigger, right? Then it's a little bit easier to see the numbers that are there. Okay, so what gets spit out here is it gives me the means. It tells me that the mean for the first half of the race was 122.7. The mean for the second half was 127.6. Okay, and then it gives me the variances. It tells me how many observations there were. There was 34 in each group. Okay, and then it gives me the correlation coefficient. Okay, that's not something I necessarily need here, but you can see that there's a relatively high correlation. Okay, and then our hypothesized mean difference was 0. The degree of freedom comes up with 33, is just 1 less than 34. Okay, and then it gives me the t-statistic. Okay, and the t-statistic in this case is negative 1.577. Okay, so that means that on average, the first half of the race was run in, how do I say this? That the mean difference, 122 minus 127, is going to give me a mean difference of about 5 minutes. And then we calculate the t-statistics, so that 5 minutes is like 1.5 standard deviations below the mean. All right, and then the rest of this, we're not really interested in this critical value, this for the one tail, we're not really interested in this critical value here. What we're interested in is the p-value, and the p-value is the probability of getting a test statistic that is less than the one that we got, okay? But we want the one for two tails, and the reason we want a two-tailed one is because we set this equal to a not equal to. Okay, so we find out that the p-value for this test is 12%. Okay, so if our p-value is 12%, you all should know what to do with that. You're going to fail to reject the null hypothesis, okay, because the p-value is bigger than 0.05. We fail to reject the null hypothesis, therefore we don't have enough evidence to suggest that there's a difference in split times for everyone that ran in this race. Okay, so this output, what I want you to do is to just copy this output, and then you're going to go to your Word file and you're just going to paste this, okay? And then, so this would be the mechanics part of the test. All right, in the Word file, I've given you specific things. Give the hypotheses, check the conditions, those kinds of things. But I just want you to paste this in there. And then once you've got the p-value, you are going to write a conclusion based upon that p-value. So the analysis is this, the Excel spreadsheet is going to handle the third step of the hypothesis test. Okay, it's the mechanics part. And primarily what we're mostly interested in is this p-value, okay, for a two-tailed test. Now, on your project, it's going to be a one-tailed test, so you're going to be looking at this number, okay, and then make your conjecture about the footballs. So what your problem is if you've ever watched Mythbusters, they had a Mythbusters episode one time where they filled footballs with air, and then they filled some footballs with helium. And then the question was, when a punter kicked the air-filled ball versus the helium-filled ball, was there a significant difference in the distance that the ball traveled? Okay, so our conjecture is that the ball is going to travel further with the helium-filled ball than it does with the air-filled. All right, and it is a matched pairs because we end up with several different punters that kick the air-filled ball and kick the helium-filled ball, and they also did it with random order. Okay, so your job is to answer the question, based upon our sample of kicks, is there evidence to suggest that a helium-filled football is going to travel further than an air-filled football? Okay, so I'm hoping that you watch this video a little bit ahead of time so that you can watch, so that you know what's going on. If not, you can watch this during recitation. It's a really short video, and then get a gist of what's going on. Okay, the TAs are going to be instructed that you guys should be working in groups on this. And I'm also going to allow you guys to turn in your projects in Gradescope. Let me think about that. You turn it in on Gradescope. Yeah, I guess that'll be fine to turn it in on Gradescope. I'll just have you upload a PDF of your work. Okay. If you do the work in a Word file, you can save it as a PDF, and then you can upload the PDF to Gradescope. That'll work fine. Okay. All right. So good luck with this project. I'm going to make this project due. I think I'll give you a few days to do this. So you'll have it on Friday. You'll work on it on Friday, and then I think I'll make it due like by next Wednesday or so. Okay. All right. Good luck with the project and have fun with it. And I will see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Also, make sure you read that email that I sent out about the student vaccines. You guys got an opportunity to get that done while you're here on campus. If you are here on campus, please take advantage of that so that we can get back to normal next year. Okay. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.